Hello ladies and gents, Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for The Haves and the Have-Nots. I'm calling it Season 6. Some of you will call it Season 5. Episode 28. Laugh not to cry. Now the episode starts off with Mitch coming to save the day, stopping his family from killing Benny. Because Benny, he narrowly gets saved because they were closing in on him. And Mitch was like, look, talk to Vinny. He'll tell you to call this off. It wasn't him. I guess the adrenaline was pumping because it almost seemed like they didn't care. It almost seemed like, look, can't we just kill him just because? That's how they were acting. So now Benny is saved, but Benny wasn't acting saved. And I understand because Mitch was just like, oh, so see, I got you. You know, I'm here. And Benny was like, yeah, now you are. Because Mitch, it took him a moment. I'm thinking, if Benny was such a good friend, you would have at least attempted to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that there's something off here. But no, it took him almost dying for you to realize, oh no. Anyway, Benny's pissed because really? But I'm thinking, Benny, Mitch did warn you that his family does not play. So for you to go and act like, I can't believe this is happening to me. You can't believe that this is happening to you. Really? Buffoon. Dump. Hannah is at her home. Well, Catherine's home, that I guess is hers now. Catherine gives her a pill. Catherine gives her a happy pill. I said, was that a Valium? Maybe it was Valium. And then they have a talk because Catherine is just so... Well, after Hannah talks about how this is actually Candice's fault, the guy was looking for money that Candice took from him. And they did their usual, ugh, that girl. But it goes from that to Catherine being happy that, aren't you happy that Derek is here? Aren't you happy that you have a good man? Aren't you happy that I set this up for you? Just aren't you happy, period. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, by the way, I will be reviewing American Horror Story. What is it called? American Horror Story Apocalypse. That's gonna be nice. 3 series wrapped into one. I'm ready. And they chose some of the best ones. Anyway. Catherine is saying, shout out to you for having 2 decent men in your life that could be here to support you and love you. And it's nice. It's nice that Catherine was there. The conversation was mute. So I'm moving on to her talking to Derek. And of course, Derek is going to walk her out. And that's when we get to some real mess, because Catherine said, Ayo, Hannah saw you talking to Veronica. How do you know Veronica? Has Veronica ever tried you before? Do you need any help? Asking 20 questions because she knows how Veronica is. And he's answering the questions as if, no, everything's fine, everything's cool, everything's okay, even though we know that's not the case. But he's not going to go and involve her with it because he's probably thinking, oh, that's her friend. Even though she was saying, look, I know Veronica can be a lot. But he doesn't really, he works for Catherine and probably wants to keep professional. Catherine clearly doesn't know his background and the stuff that Veronica did for him. So he's trying to play it off. But shout out to the Bentley truck. I said, Bentley SUV. I knew that was the new Bentley SUV as soon as the doors opened. Because the interior reminded me of the one that Cardi has. Anywho. And no, I did not pick a side. I'm grown. I did not pick a side. I still love and support both of them. Now, we go from that to, what's next? Dang, I really just went through 11 minutes of content in shout out to me. Then we have Benny, he pulls up right after with Mitch, and Benny's pissed. He's trying to get in the door, but Derek is trying to tell him, hey, what's wrong with you? Calm down. You need to calm down. Your mother went through a lot, so she needs... And I'm thinking, you're not telling this guy anything to make him calm. You're not helping the situation. You're actually not. You're doing the right thing, but you're not helping the situation. And so then Benny goes in once Derek tells him, so she actually stabbed him. So then he rushes in, but the drugs are slowly kicking in. And Hannah said, oh, I'm fine. I'm all right. And then she says what happened. It was his sister. She owed the guy money, so I had to take him around the house, and he was searching. And so then Benny realized, did she go into my room? Because when he was talking to Mitch said, we need to get the money, and at the very least, at least give my family back the money and see maybe I can... Lord, this is going to be pulled into that lifestyle because of his friend. I know that's what's going to happen. That's the only way they're going to accept this. We see how that family is. So that's the only way they're going to be able to accept Benny, especially with Benny being black. Him getting out scot-free. Benny checks his room and sees that the money is gone. So now he's pissed and he's yelling. Hannah's like, what's going on? What are you doing? And so then now Benny has to tell his mother, because he didn't want to, but now he has to tell his mother, I had money in there, and I got the money from Mitch's family, and I need to give it back. You need to give it back? Oh, Mitch, what did your family do? Well, I'm thinking, isn't it a little too late to ask a question like that? He's known Mitch for a long time, and you're asking that question now. Oh, gosh. But anyway, Mitch says, they make money. I mean, they're in the business of doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything. And so then she said, illegal stuff? He said, a little bit of everything. As in, yes. Yes. So then that's when she starts cracking up. First, it starts off like a hiss. Like, eh. No, I'm sorry. It was more so like a squeaky toy. Like, ooh, I guess I can't do that right now. All right. But she kept laughing the entire time. And she was saying, no, you and your sister constantly doing this mess, constantly getting in trouble. And I'm over it. I'm tired of it. You're not going anywhere. You need to go and chill out. But she's doing this while laughing. Even Derek's looking at her like, what is going on? Because Hannah was on one. She was high. Hannah was high. And that's when she drops a bomb on Benny. Hey, tomorrow we're going to the bank. Why? I don't want to do that. To give it to FBI? No, I'm giving it to the Criers. Why? Because that's who your sister stole the money from. And so now, again, Candice has lied to Benny, and she's over it. She keeps laughing, and that's when Benny decides, okay, he's going to go. That's when Hannah has to acknowledge, Catherine gave me, she gave me that good. I said, not that good. Hannah, what do you know about that good? I thought sex was your drug. Anyway, Benny's now calling his sister, and she says, oh, I'm at the hotel. It's 6 a.m. in the morning. I don't want to, I can't. And he hangs up on her because he's going to make his way to the hotel. RK told Candice to pick up the phone. So anyway, once that call was done, RK still wants to hit up Veronica, and Candice is trying to warn him without telling him the full details regarding Veronica's crazy. She keeps saying, you can't handle her. She's a lot. You just don't know. And he said, oh, don't worry about it. My charm works in everyone. I'm thinking, so you think. So now Benny needs to go and, at the very least, go and talk to Candice, because he needs to see if he can get her to divulge who the person is. That way he can track down the person, get the money back. I'm thinking, this man robbed your sister and was stabbed. You're not thinking clearly, Benjamin. You're not thinking clearly. Next thing we see is Jim looking. I said, wow, Jim in regular clothes resembles almost a human being. He wants to talk to David, and so David's trying to act cool, calm, and copacetic, while his son is there. So that's when he asked for if Jeffrey can go out. And that's when the truth comes. Jim needs David's help, as we know. David's in a lot of pain. David's still exposed. They said they did a good job with the burns. Oh, and when he moves, it's lifelike. Oh my God, it's nasty. They did good. They did good with the burns. And at least he's actually hooked up to an IV. See, someone was paying attention. I just need them to be a little bit more creative with the heart monitor, because it was a little too consistent, especially when David found out from Jim that Erica was dead. It should have been racing. I understand they gave him drugs, but still. Aside from that, we have Jim asking David, I need to get Wyatt out of jail. Wyatt's in jail? Yes, Wyatt's in jail. Why? Oh, Catherine put her in there. What? Yeah. That doesn't matter. All that matters is I need to get him out of jail. So then he gives him a name of, David gives Jim the name of a lawyer. The lawyer, but he's a lawyer. Why would he help? He'll help because I have information on him. This is what David is saying. David has blackmail information. Apparently this lawyer is screwing the governor's wife of Hawaii, something like that. They made up something random, and it was like, well, what's the proof? How can I use that to my advantage? Just say my name and then say the case that we were, I guess, working on.
Remember to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe and come back.
And that will do it. I'm thinking, okay, whatever's clever. Now, outside of that, Jim goes and leaves. He says goodbye to Jeffrey, and that's when we see, I said, what? So now, male nurse, who I thought had a thing for Jeffrey, does. He's in his regular, well, he's actually in his gym wear, and the guy was like, you don't remember me? And I'm thinking, what? Apparently they went to school together. And he talks about how there was this bully that bullied, well, everyone, but including them. And the bully always used gay slurs to Jeffrey. And the bully was just mean to, we're going to call him Matt, because that's what his nickname was. That's how, I think Jeffrey might have said Maddie. Actually. And so I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, you look different. Yeah, he lost a lot of weight. And I said, oh boy, Jeffrey, the thought came out, because Maddie was just like, hey, obviously if there's any issues, just reach out to me. You know, you always looked great. Just boosting up his ego, like, oh, thank you. So now I'm thinking, Lord, don't do this, because right around the corner, just like I thought, Justin was lurking. Jeffrey got Maddie's number in order to, just stay in touch. They're gonna go and hang out. And that's when Justin intervenes, like, oh, who is this? I was like, oh, this is my dad's nurse. Oh, okay. So then he leaves, and then Jeffrey has to go and tell off Justin, because Justin was doing Justin. And when I say Justin was doing Justin, he was doing that whole thing. Oh, I came back here to check up on you, and I don't understand why you're talking to that guy. I don't understand why this. I don't understand that. I'm thinking, you don't need to understand anything. Just understand what I'm saying. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. That's it. Go. He is a friend from school, and if there's any issues, he's going to help me out regarding my dad. That's the story that Jeffrey gives. When Justin goes to interrogate Maddie, Maddie says, oh, I got that information because, yeah, we're school friends and we're going to hang out. Different story. So now Justin's going to pry even further. Oh, we're doing an investigation. On Jeffrey, and we need your help. Well, why? Well, that's not the important part. The important part is we're doing an investigation. So you need to tell me, how long have you known them? Well, we went to school together. And just very recently got back in touch. But what's really going on here? I said, yeah. So then Justin's going to use Maddie to keep tabs on Jeffrey. Maddie looks like he knows that this doesn't seem right. He gives him, I guess, his actual number. I don't know if he's going to tell Jeffrey, hey, the police officer was asking questions, because he seems to really have, had a thing for Jeffrey. So maybe this will work out in Jeffrey's advantage at some point. I'm not sure how they're going to spin this. But what I do know is Maddie looked nervous. He looked like he was backing away slowly because Justin just screams cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And now Rocky has to deal with, remember the guy who was really trying to schmooze Catherine? He's still there, but he's pissed because, remember, Candice isn't working with them in the same capacity anymore, and he wants more money. He needs more money. I'm thinking, weren't you trying to hit up that angle of Catherine? Why don't you go and focus on that? And Rocky even said that too. He was like, oh, is this the issue because your plan for Catherine was unsuccessful? It's like, oh no, I have. That plan is still in motion. Don't worry about that. I'm just tired of this. Rocky just told us they made $8,900 last night. Yesterday. But here goes this dude saying, oh, I need more. We need more. Candice made 3 times as much. I'm thinking, you realize these women are actually having sex with these men. You realize that's taking some time. You realize their bodies are temples and not playthings. So Rocky is going to get back to work. Going to do what he needs to do. RK, he goes to Veronica's house. Veronica has her long, 22-inch wig on, and that might be 18. A joke, I have no idea. But she's happy to see him. She's playing around. I didn't realize she actually messaged him. And this is where things get really wonky, because he thought that, he was putting on the charm. He thought that he was in control of the situation, but he's not in the least. So she has him sit down. First of all, she said his actual name, which I was thinking, dude, when did you ever tell her your name? And so then she goes, and because at this point she's just wearing kitten heels, a little nightie, so silk and lacy, to get his guard down. But he's so dumb, he doesn't realize that he's being played. She takes out a folder, and it's of his full rap sheet. And I'm terrified for him, because she goes down the list. Oh, so you like to scam women. And, some men too. And he was like, oh, it's not like that. It's not like what? Well, we know he doesn't actually sleep with them, but he does flirt in order to get what he wants. Now, that's a big deal, because one, she's like, oh, so you're trying to play me? Well, guess what? That was never going to happen. I think he's realizing that he got outplayed himself. And it takes a turn, because something really important to this whole scenario is when I came into the hotel and you were talking to my son. What was that about? Oh, that was nothing. But then she says, so why were you in the same room as him? Oh, but nothing happened. I know nothing happened, because we know she has eyes everywhere. I know nothing happened, but that's not the question. Why were you in the same room as him? And then that's when the truth came out. He said he goes and flirts with men only to go and steal from them. And he liked her son's watch. He's like, he could pawn that for at least $5,000. So that's what he was going to do. And so now she's thinking, I'm going to use RK in order to mess with Jeffrey. She's probably going to use him to get really close to Jeffrey, because that's what she was saying, to get close to her son, and at some point she'll give him further instructions. I'm thinking, wow, you are really awful. you are awful. Awful. But he's down, and he doesn't have a choice. He doesn't have a choice, because if he's ever going to get anywhere with her ever again, he needs to play ball. He needs to play ball, and he needs to do it fast. Oh, the idiot. The idiot. I still can't believe his name is Reginald. I still can't believe they're playing that, like, early 2000s soap opera seductive music. And that profile pic that she had that was supposed to be a mugshot, I said, that looks like maybe like an actor's profile picture. You know, with this show, it's just little stupid stuff that we get caught up on. And so I hate when I hear things. I hear things that aren't what they are, and it throws me off. Wyatt's still in jail, and we see that the Malone is looking at him like, I just need 30 seconds, 30 seconds. The episode ends with Benny. Benny comes to Candice's room, and Candice was tired, but she was also acting, because Benny was like, hey, so mom's house got robbed. Oh, it did? Yeah, it did. Okay. Are you going to ask if she's okay? Yeah. Is she okay? Yeah, she's fine. But, I'm thinking, Ben, you stupid. Yeah, she's fine, but you need to understand something very clearly. That man was after your money. I don't know where you got it from, but that man was after your money. Really. And in the process, he stole my money. Really? So now Candice is putting it all together, like, so that's where that money came from. $45,000. $45,000? And then she flips it on him, saying, Benny, I need to get that money, the millions back. Mom's not going to sign off on it, make her. You know it's not going to happen. But you're worried about $45,000 when millions of dollars are on the table. Yes, because at least he knows where the $45K came from and has some type of control over that. She was trying to downplay the entire situation. And that's when he got really frustrated, said, you're coming home. You're coming home. I'm tired of this. And he started taking her clothes out. Candice had the clothes wrapped. Had the money wrapped in her clothes. And there was blood on it. So now Benny recognizes, wait, that's my money. But why is there blood on it? And that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe, come back.